situations I'd hate to be in. Now I gotta be a little quiet because everyone in my house is sleeping right now, and it's almost midnight, so I can't be loud. So
in this life, we make a lot of decisions. And we gonna be making some today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I thought we'd have some fun and I'd test my judgment a little by going over some would you rather questions sent in by you guys. And not only to test my judgment, but to test y'all's too. Let's see how many answers we got in common. Like, are we locked in, tweety?
Let's see.
But be warned, like I just told y'all, they're sent in by you guys, and I know how y'all get. First question comes in from Requiem Empire, who says, would you rather spend 1 week in the wild or 1 week in prison? Love your vids. Thank you. You know, both of these are
okay, let's think about it. Okay, in the wild, it depends on the wild. If it's somewhere in the Arctic or like super cold, I'm not doing that. I'd rather go to prison. I hate the cold. If it's a regular, if it's like a tropical island, I'd rather do that. But it really just depends. And in prison, I don't ever want to worry about dropping the soap. So I'm not built for prison. So I'm gonna go with
objectively bonds. But I think one of them is clearly the better option. Living in the wild ain't as sweet as a Tarzan in the Jungle Book made it out to be. Because in the wild, I would not only have to find food, find water, make shelter, but I also gotta deal with whatever bugs and animals are around me. This is not a vibe. The first year already is enough.
Yeah, you're right. I'd rather do prison.
Of a problem. Find food, water, and shelter? The frick I look like, the outdoor boys? But adding some wild animal on top of that stuff just makes things even worse. Cause knowing my luck, it won't be freaking Baloo and Turk or Timon and Pumbaa I run into in those woods. Like with my luck, I bet it'll be like a freaking dragon. But not in prison though. Cause prison's the complete opposite. I get free food, free water, free shelter. Prison's the complete opposite. I get free food.
Ew. What is that? Okay. I would eat this, that, and that when maybe whatever that is. But this, I'm not even
food, free water, free shelter, bro. I even get a roommate. You know, he might be a little handsy at first, but I'm sure I could convince him to chill. Plus, it beats running into the freaking Ender Dragon. And outside of that, only thing I gotta worry about in prison is the showers. Because to put it lightly, I'm all about community and teamwork, but I don't want no hub score on my back. So I'll pick prison, but I'm gonna avoid showering that whole week. Hashtag quarantine vibes. David McKenzie on YouTube says, would you rather be in an alien invasion or zombie apocalypse? I mean, what kind of aliens we talking about? Yeah. Get in, I love my immigrants. Alien invasion or zombie apocalypse? This depends on what kind of alien invasion and what kind of zombie apocalypse we talking about though. Because if it's some home alien invasion, y'all know that movie. But some Resident Evil zombies, I don't want no parts. They got a sack spider lady running around. I'm good, giving them aliens. But if it's some xenomorph aliens and some Night of the Living Dead zombies, you know, the ones that walk super slow, give me the zombies a million times. So it really all depends. But honestly, I'd say on average, alien invasion movies are usually scarier than zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I don't know. I think World War Z zombies were the worst. Because I mean, I haven't seen that many zombie movies. I think like the regular ones are like Zombieland, but I haven't seen too many actual zombie movies. So I've only seen World War Z, Zombieland, Zombieland 2. And that's it actually. Wow, I gotta watch more. And 28 Days Later. So
apocalypse movies. Zombies at most are dead idiots with superpowers looking for some brain. But aliens, the sky's the limit with aliens. They could be as simple as E.T., they could be the killer clowns from outer space, they could be the engineers from Prometheus. Bro, they could be Thanos. Yeah, I'm good. I'll take my chances with that sack lady. Seraph Davies and Gom on YouTube says, would you rather be the walrus in Tusk or be the dog in Good Boy? Bro, these both suck. If you don't know, this question is pretty much asking, would you rather pretend to be someone's dog for the rest of your life? And when I say pretend, I mean pretend. Like, you gonna be eating out of a dog bowl and stuff. Or option 2, get turned into a literal walrus. You can see why these both suck. But I'm definitely choosing the first option though. Cause at least Frank from Good Boy gets to keep all his limbs and even gets a dog girlfriend by the end of the movie. Not under the best circumstances, but hey, it's better than what Wallace got. He got nothing. By the end of his movie, he was limbless, homeless, and girlfriendless. And that's how it ends. Nobody helps him. Yeah, bro, I'm good. Bring me a bone and a collar. Pause. I'm picking Good Boy. Bango Cat from the Discord says, would you rather fly or teleport? Oh, I like these. Flying, as everybody knows, is like a superhero staple. But personally, if I could fly, I don't think I would ever do it, or at least not often. Cause you know, it's cold up there, travel time could vary depending on the weather, my hair gonna be all messed up when I land. But worst of all, unlike most other forms of transportation, if I could fly, I would have to travel alone. Yeah, that would suck. Like, what if I'm trying to go on a date and this girl knows I can fly, so she wants me to take her to France or something? I won't be able to take her. Like, yeah, bro, I can fly, but it wasn't no 2-in-1 special. It ain't coming super straight for me to be freaking carrying you 3,000 miles in the air. And that's not even considering how fast I'm gonna be flying. Like, what if I could only fly as fast as I could walk or run? I think I just wouldn't fly at that point. That's kind of embarrassing.
Imagine learning how to fly. Like, that first month or so is gonna be hell. Like, you're gonna crash into things and potentially kill yourself. So
embarrassing, no? Teleporting, on the other hand, instantaneous, zero travel time. I can go wherever, whenever I want. And if it works like instant transmission, I can take someone with me. This junk is amazing. I always like imagining these superhero questions in situations where I really need them, like an armed robbery or an awkward conversation. Teleporting works perfectly for both. Like, if you're catching up with one of your old buddies, you know, you haven't seen him in a while, and you ask, hey man, how's your grandma? My grandma's dead. Now imagine having to awkwardly turn around and fly out that situation. That junk would be horrible. He's just gonna look up and be like,
what?
Awkwardly turn around and fly out that situation.
He has his hands out? I thought it was a fist and what? Okay, I think this is just a bad fly pose for Superman.
That junk would be horrible. He's just gonna look up and be like, why does he fly so slow? So I'm going teleporting. Literally only downside is I might spam it so much that I won't be active at all and might get fat. But that's what comes with the territory, baby. I'm a teleporter. Ain't got time for walking. Lin Jen from the Discord says, would you rather pancakes or waffles? Okay, waffles. Okay, by the comment.
Waffles is 100 times... Okay, actually, wait. An average pancake is better than an average waffle, but a 10 out of 10 waffle is way better than a 10 out of 10 pancake.
Comments one of the video. You know, for the longest, pancakes were always my favorite. Like, they were my baby. But then one of my friends made me that Tyler the Creator Eggo recipe, and I dropped that baby immediately. So I'll go waffles. I still like pancakes, but that waffle crunch is different. Shout out my friend and shout out Tyler. I like the song She. Would you...
It was even better. French toast. If you haven't had it, you're missing out.
Rather be rich and depressed or poor and happy? Oh, this one's easy. Rich and depressed. I got these dollar bills to wipe away my tears. Nah, I'm just kidding. Poor and happy. John Bond 81.
Actually, yeah. No, I'll recorrect that. I'd rather be poor and happy and then just become rich later and still be happy.
04 on YouTube says, would you rather French kiss a relative for 5 minutes? Nope. You're so gross. Or be forced to poop yourself in public with at least 100 people around? Yeah, bring in that crowd and tell them no recording. I'm not kissing my relative. Talking about some kiss my relatives. Who do I look like, y'all? And yeah, I'm saying you guys, because this is definitely gonna apply to at least a few hundred of y'all. I still remember those confessions, you cousin kissers. The Alba guy on IG says, would you rather fight 5 Derek FDB sized chickens or 1 chicken sized Derek FDB? 5 Derek FDB sized chickens? We can all agree, those are some pretty tall chickens. What, like 5'10", 5'11", maybe even 6 feet if they got Timbs on? We can pretty much say 6 feet, right? That's tall. 1 chicken-sized Derek FTB, though, I'll just kick him. That's easy. Yeah. And if I'm being real, I think I'd rather fight a chicken-sized Derek than, like, a regular-sized chicken. You know, chickens could, like, fly and poke you and stuff. I don't want to deal with that. I could just kick a little human. Come on, y'all. These are getting too easy. Kakarot123 on YouTube says, would you rather have world peace or do a Kamehameha once?
What even is that?
I'm gonna need y'all to hear me out. Come on, y'all. It's a Kamehameha. It's never been done before. Don't go judging me. You know what? Fine. I'll pick world peace, but I'm doing it reluctantly. Scylla's eater.
I'm not
Scylla's
out,
eater of dirt.
I don't watch anime, so I wouldn't understand.
Silas Eater of Dirt on YouTube says, would you rather date my dad or date my mom? Choose wisely. Give me your mom, bro.
Yeah.
Rick Grimes 40469 on YouTube says, oh, y'all gonna love this one. Would you rather be white or black? This one's hard and maybe controversial. Some of y'all know after what happened on the island I'm from a couple 100 years ago, I'm already kinda both. But if I had to pick one, I'm torn. It's like I resonate so much more with black culture, but being white would be a whole new experience. Like, y'all don't know how good y'all have it. Everyone knows there's certain things white people can get away with that other people just can't. Certain things that a Connor can get away with that a Jose or Jameer just can't. And don't play
like seasoning your food. Like, they can get away with nothing on their food and be like, oh, totally normal. But if someone else did it,
done with me, y'all know exactly which things I'm talking about. That's right. Silly white phrases. Yeah. All my life I've had to go around here and white people say all this cool stuff I couldn't say. And it's infuriating. Like, sometimes I want to say silly stuff like, you're on thin ice, pal. Or, oh really? You in what army? But I can't. Every time I let out an, oh shucks, I'm met with stares and rude comments like, you're whitewashed, or why are you doing that voice? I'm sick.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is base 40.
Think of it. Like, why can't I say those words? Why?
You know what? I'm gonna go with black. Because I could be a dominant athlete or a really good R&B singer. So
that doesn't sound funny when I say it. I have a white friend, so that's why in this scenario, I'm choosing white. I'm choosing being white. I'm sorry, I know I'm sacrificing natural bounce and rhythm, but this is personal. I need this. Plus, imagine how smooth police interaction would go. There wouldn't be an ounce of fear in my blood. Animation Maniac from the Discord says, would you rather be able to see all of the past or all of the future? Okay, when you say all of the past or all of the future, do you mean all of it? Like, if I go to the past, do I gotta sit there in spectator mode from the start and watch cavemen kill each other for a handful of berries for 1,000,000 years? Or do you mean I could go to whatever point in time I want? Because if that's the case, that's dope, but also hard. On one hand, I have the option to uncover all the truths of the past. How were the pyramids built? Was the Bigfoot photo real? Who was on that island? But then on the other hand, I can see how far civilization gets in 100 or 200 years. What advancements will we make? What new problems will we face? Robotic Hus, it's too difficult. You're literally giving me the option to see a prime Michael Jackson performance live or get early access to GTA 7.
I've been waiting for GTA 6 for so long, but I love Michael Jackson. Okay. I think actually, I'm gonna go back in time to 2009 when Bitcoin just started and buy $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. So by the time now, I'm a billionaire. So
this is a tough one, I won't lie, but I'll say this. If I can interact with time without it changing nothing somehow, and no butterfly effects or anything, I'll pick the past. Not even to solve some old mysteries or interact with people or whatever I said. I mean, they'd probably get some disease from me anyways if I went back too far. But I'd pick it just to kick it with my parents when they were younger. I think that'd be pretty cool, because I don't know about y'all, but my parents have told me some crazy lore. Like, what were y'all, bro? The Dominican Bonnie and Clyde? But if I can't interact with time and just spectate, I'll pick the future. See when AI finally enslaves us and get all the lottery numbers for the next 5 years. Come back to the present stacked. Only Fear God.aj on IG says 6 or 7.
7.
Alright, last one. And it's a good one. Ken Delicious on IG says, would you rather date a slave owner or a racist? Alright, I think I know my answer for this one, but I have a question. Aren't these the same thing? Like, obviously you can be racist and not own a slave. I mean, look at all the modern day racists. They don't got any. They just be up on Twitter talking about crime stats. But this question is implying that a slave owner wouldn't be racist. Like, he just does it to do it. That's ridiculous. You act like you gonna walk up to one and he gonna be like, nah, man, nah. I just own them. I don't think I'm better than them or anything. I just really admire how they work. Like, you know what I mean? That just won't happen. Aside from a few exceptions, most slave owners are usually racist. But for this scenario, let's imagine they somehow weren't. Slave masters somehow weren't racist. Who would I date? Well, it's not that simple. Because now that we know that this hypothetical has a clear distinction between the two, I gotta ask myself, if I'm a date a racist, what kind of racist are they? Because y'all know there's levels to this stuff. I like to call it a spectrum. At the start of it, we got everyone. And I mean everyone. Everyone watching this, you fall at least at the beginning of the spectrum. I don't care how open-minded you think you are, how progressive, you right in here with us. But don't worry, this is the type of stuff that's not harmful.
Yeah,
That's
the stereotypical section. That's where people have their stereotypical thoughts. And everybody has them, including me. Everybody has them.
Stuff. You know, this is the stuff one of your friends might say to you and you both laugh it off, but you'll be like, that was low-key racist. But it's cool, you laugh it off, cause hey, no harm, no foul. There's nothing wrong with that. Like if my Irish friend called me up right now and was like, "Boy, Derek, I bet you love eating plantains," or some Irish stuff like that, what you think? I'm gonna get mad and say no? No, why would I do that? He's right. I would just tell him, "Hey, Sean, don't you got like some Lucky Charms to be looking for or something? What you calling me for?" And we would be good. There ain't no harm in this. I love Luck of the Irish. It's a small, innocent generalization amongst friends. I would date this. As long as she's not calling me boy, we good. But I have a feeling this is not exactly what the questions talk about. This isn't the kind of racist I would have to date in this scenario. So now we gotta move a little higher on the spectrum. More in the middle. And this is where
at Olive Garden, we're all about more craveable classics and more made-from-scratch sauces. Which begs the question, what could
starts to get a little iffy. This is where the generalizations leave that fun, joking territory to, oh damn, he's racist. Because the stuff these dudes say ain't no, oh, you're Arab, so you must love chicken over rice. Nah, the ones they make, you know, those people just tend to be more violent than the others. Yeah, this is when stuff gets dangerous, because they think it's true. They think it's all true. There's no jokes in this part of the spectrum. Nah, they genuinely believe all stereotypes are like fact, like set in stone. And the scary thing about these dudes is they blend in so well. You won't even know you're dealing with one until they start talking. You'll be thinking you're talking to a regular dude until he says something like, you know all Asians know Kung Fu, right? Really? All Asians know Kung Fu? Do you honestly believe that? Somehow some people do though. And dating this would not be fun. Cause I know I just said they blend in with the common folk, but some of these dudes are one step away. You light a fire under them and they become the last part of the spectrum, which is the one I think Ken's over here is talking about, the extremist. Now these is the one I'm scared of. Cause these dudes don't tolerate anyone who's not in the same club as them. Like, I don't know how I date this. I just be fearing for my life the whole relationship.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having a rain check going to the movies because your girl has to go to a Klan meeting? That would be terrifying. Especially if you already bought the tickets. Who are you gonna go with? I will say though, I'm not gonna say positive. The only respectable thing about these extremists is they stand on who they are. Now hear me out. We all seen that one video Pootie did with that one racist dude in Arkansas. He is not very fond of anyone but white people. But he stands on it. And that's low-key real. But he's also a real bad guy too. So at least if you married one, they'll be honest. So now back to the question. Would I rather date a slave owner, a person that literally owns people, or a racist? Someone who has a very messed up worldview but doesn't own any.
I'd rather date. Well, I could just break up. Yeah, I think I'd just rather just choose either one and then break up with them immediately. I think that's the easiest answer you can think of.
The person that owns people. At least they ain't racist. That was pretty much all the would you rather questions I wanted to go over today, guys. I know this video was a little different, but I had fun. I don't know about y'all. I had fun. Comment down below how many of the ones we had the same answers on. And comment down below if y'all want a part 2 of this. Let me know. Let me know. A gazillion likes, I'll do a part 2.